How do I 32F, a non-Christian, tell my boyfriend's 33M, I do not want to say grace? Yeah, I'd better get this resolved before a wedding where you and the BF want an outdoor, relaxed experience and the in-laws want a church, organ, and priest setup. I would quote, 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne, in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all and in the darkness bind them in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. Amen. They will never ask again. I had a very religious and judgmental father-in-law. I handled it by looking dismayed and quietly saying, in my family, our relationship with God is just too sacred to share with anyone but Him. I hope you understand. It worked on him, but I've never had reason to use it elsewhere, so I don't know if works generally. What are your thoughts on secular graces? Some examples from Google's First Response Apes:wanderlust.com Journal 11 Beautiful Ways to Love Your Lunch. I used to work in kids' summer camps, and many formerly religious camps would now use secular graces to express a general gratitude and reflection. In your case, it could be a good, subtle deflection instead of a possible direct confrontation. If they get offended that you don't specifically thank God for the food, maybe they'll quit asking. Example of secular grace: for the meal we are about to eat, for those that made it possible, and for those with whom we are about to share it, we are thankful. Rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub. I just say no thank you. If they persist, tell them y'all sit there respectfully as always, but you don't believe that way and won't be saying a prayer. This will escalate, so prepare yourself. Don't say it. I am Christian, and I don't think it's right to ask you to say grace. Honestly, it's your boyfriend's parents. Your boyfriend needs to run interference for you before the next dinner. He needs to straight up tell them you're not Christian, and y'all participate in prayer of respect for them, but you won't be leading it, ever. If they ignore your boyfriend and put you on the spot for the next dinner, just say, no thank you. Not today every time they ask. I don't suggest you say fake prayers or things other commenters are suggesting. If you want to stay in good terms with his parents, just respectfully set a boundary. Like you said, it's going to come up eventually if when you guys have kids. Start laying some of that foundation now. IMO. I would encourage your boyfriend to talk to his parents prior to the next meal you have, and tell them that you do not feel comfortable saying grace. If these people are going to be your in-laws one day, I would start setting these boundaries now. Probably just say thank you nature and farmers for providing us with this nourishing food. My grandmother, Lord, when I close my eyes, please make my dinner twice the size. The responsibility is on your boyfriend here. Explain to him that you're uncomfortable leading grace, and it's up to him to talk to his parents, or just take the lead next time you have dinner, and say grace himself. Wow, I guess I am an avoidant type, because I would just never eat dinner with them again. I'm curious how you think, if you can't navigate this simple situation, that you're going to navigate other situations that are far more complex with regard to belief systems? What part of your current situation leads you to believe it's going to get easier for you or that you're compatible? Do you expect to either cut off your so from their family or you are planning to convert? I'm sorry if my questions seem harsh, it's not an intent to be rude to you. I grew up in an ultra-religious home, and I know that you cannot separate the people from the belief system. Grace is such a simple thing. WRT religion when you hold it up against all the other things that make up what people believe. What are you going to do when it comes to baptism of you or your children? What about church? What about being able to speak out loud when in the company of church elders? There's so many things you need to discuss with him that are so much deeper than saying grace at the dinner table. They are purposely pushing both of you. At some point you have to not allow this, either of you, and demand that they respect your beliefs as well. You don't want to be dealing with unrelenting religious types thinking they can push their beliefs on you and your BF forever. Keep the peace, but be honest and firm about your beliefs as well. My grandmother always said rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, yay God. But we're terrible Catholics. I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable doing that. I do not share your beliefs, but I respect them. I think it's not right to pretend for the sake of dinner the end is the kicker, that your moral stance is similar, even if the details are not. It should ease them a bit, I hope. Q1 ceremonial dagger, 1 goat head, and the starting line: this is for my Lord, Master, true lover, and main homie Satan. I gift to you these 2 human sacrifices. You should be okay from there. As an open non-believer within a believing community, I take every opportunity to have the floor so that I can plant the seeds of how great a non-religious life is. My prayers before meals are rooted in basic decency and treating each other with love and respect just as their gods have taught them, but without all the hocus pocus. I've been true to myself, respectful of them, and demonstrating that I'm not the devil incarnate they've been imagining since I came out years ago. I've also become a bit of a haven for other non-believers in the family that I didn't even know about, so that's good. My advice is figure out how to confidently and lovingly participate in their rituals in a way that respects them and you. Stand back and watch them marvel at how it can possible that a godless person can have morals and values. I also say the Amen part after my prayers because it simply means, this I believe. I would just tell them that you aren't religious, and while you don't mind holding hands and bowing your head to be respectful, you are not comfortable saying grace when you don't mean it, and it feels disrespectful like a lie. If that doesn't work, just say rub-a-dub-dub thanks for the grub, amen. That should be the end of them asking you,